Good evening, USA, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, Canada, and the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, misunderstood, lonely nomad, unstoppable, independent podcaster. Of course, the man who holds the back doors of the Q5 and the N24 buses, and Queens, New York native of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging out with the 299th episode of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast. That's right. We are we're away from the 300 episodes so far. All right. Yes, we are live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube. And aside myself, it's the Instagram live feed. So make sure you turn your notifications on the gram, on the podcast show page, so you can know when each episode is going to be recording in terms of when I'll be on Instagram live. And of course, do the same with YouTube on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555 for live video episodes in case you miss any of them whatsoever. And go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page. And be sure to tap on the notification bell alongside with alerts as a reminder of when each episode recording is going to start, including the date, the day, and the time, and the month as well. So, leave a like and a comment on the episodes and topics. And of course, be sure to share the episodes, share the videos, download the episodes, of course. And of course, you can add your favorite episodes and the podcast to your favorite playlist, whether it's on Spotify or any other streaming platforms whatsoever that I'll mention at the end of the show. And on top of that, be sure to tell a friend to another friend, and I will handle the rest at the end of this platform right here, this recording. All right. Yes. Yes, I am very excited in terms of the 300 episode. We're about to make it, and and of course, I don't want to take too much time, so let's just cut to the chase alongside with the New York Mass Transit Files right there, man. Let's do this. Hang on 1 second. Hold on. Yes, here it is. All right. All right. Let's start with the Bronx. All right, so, and this is from the Bronx Times, of course. Bally shuttle bus to and from the Throggs Neck Ferry landing isn't guaranteed for the long run, and one local leader hopes the route will be command commandeered by the MTA down the road, the Bronx Times has learned. The Bright Red Shuttle, which is being fully funded by the Bally's Corporation, if you will. Yes, the Bally's Corporation is seeking a full casino license to operate besides the public golf course in Ferry Point Park, which the company took over from the Trump organization last week. um, the bus, which will connect several East Bronx stops with the Throggs Neck Ferry, was the brainchild of Throggs Neck Business Improvement District Executive Director Bob Jane, and a committee of local leaders he put together with Joe um, Joe Keller, the former chair of the Bronx Chamber of Commerce, who died last year, unfortunately. Damn. However, the longevity of the shuttle is unclear. Bally's chair, Sue Sue Hyung Soo Kim, told the Bronx Times last week that there was no timestamp for bus operations when asked whether it's a pilot or here to stay. Um, we don't have an end date to it, but if people feel like it's not that exciting to them, then we'll find something that can be, Kim said last week in an exclusive interview with the Bronx Times. But on Monday, representatives for Bally's advertised the program as a 3-month venture beginning in October. Um, Jane and State Senator Natalia Fernandez, who helped bring the shuttle to fruition, confirmed with the Bronx Times. However, that bus operations are already underway. Additionally, Fernandez told the Bronx Times that the arrangement is actually starting as a 1-year pilot. If the service isn't well utilized, it may get cut after the pilot, Fernandez said. But there is full optimism and belief that this will be a popular program and we'll see it needed and continue, she added. Fernandez said that prior to the arrangement with Bally's, she was going to seek out government funding for for the shuttle or propose the MTA run the loop. She said that while Bally's is intending to fully fund the program, she'd like to see the state agency take it over in the future. Ridership data will be collected in 4-month increments, which the state poll said you can fuel a future conversation that this is something our city and state should be providing. When reached by the Bronx Times, the MTA reiterated that there are no plans to provide regular bus service to the ferry terminal. While the MTA is always looking to improve connections to different modes of travel, connecting to the Thrives Neck Ferry Terminal provides site specific challenges that remain under evaluation, says MTA spokesperson Aaron Donovan. During its first 30-minute loop on Monday morning, the shuttle driver, who is an employee of D&J Ambulette, a local business partnering with Bally's, welcomed people onto the vehicle who were waiting at various bus stops while rain poured down on the East Bronx. Free shuttle bus if you want to go to Westchester Square, the driver said. How much? Asked a man who soon boarded with a shuttle. Free. Jane hopes the shuttle will increase ferry ridership and commerce in the community, providing to Bally's that is worth funding. Yep. That sounds pretty good. Yes, so it's like anything else that we do in the world. Jane told the Bronx Times on Monday. You you know you do something, you see if it works. If it works, you continue to throw money at it. If it doesn't work, you take it away. Um, if the people don't open up and accept it and use it, it just makes good sense that Bally's gonna take it away. Okay, hold on a second here. That being said, Gene believes the shuttle will run beyond the trial period. You just put it out there and hope that it catches. If it catches, it will light up like wildfire. If it doesn't, it will die a slow death, he said. Damn. But I wasn't not going to take the chance of getting it to work. At a press conference Monday morning, a representative for Bally said the route will be expanded as time goes on. Gene said he envisions the bus connecting the ferry terminal to Morris Park, Castle Hill, Pelham Bay, Co-op City, and 180th Street. The 16-passenger wheelchair accessible bus route, no, the bus runs from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and passengers will be able to see the vehicle move in real time on an app. The Bronx Times reached out to Bally's for comment and is awaiting a response. Okay. Okay. That should be helpful for the people who are disabled and stuff. So let's see. All right, so Manhattan president Levine. Okay, Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine on Wednesday called for tearing down the elevated FDR Drive in Lower Manhattan and replacing it with a ground level boulevard. In a video posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, Levine called the elevated highway a massive, noisy, ugly barrier between Manhattan Manhattanites and their waterfront, and that the time has come to tear that barrier down. Let's tear this barrier down and replace it with something beautiful, said Levine. Levine, a Democrat who previously served in the city council, said that the southerly section of the FDR should be replaced with a beautiful new boulevard between the Brooklyn Bridge and Battery Tunnel, fitted with multi-use lanes, lush open plazas, direct waterfront access, and unobstructed views of the harbor. The borough president's proposal was first reported Wednesday by the Daily News. Um, the southernmost section of the FDR south of the Brooklyn Bridge looms over the East River waterfront in the financial district and serves as an ominous monolith to those heading to the East River Greenway, the South Street Seaport, or the NYC ferry at Wall Street. The elevated stretch is the least trafficked part of the FDR as it is, Levine said. There's plenty of precedent for tearing down old, unsightly highways. The West Side Highway was elevated and extended all the way to the Battery for much of the 20th century, but was poorly maintained and saw a major collapse in 1973. The structure was ultimately torn down south of 59th Street, becoming a street level boulevard that has allowed the Hudson River waterfront to flourish. Shit, damn. The city's across the country are also considering tearing down or covering up urban highways that were developed with little care for who they displaced or the communities they separated. In New York, the state is moving forward on a project to tear down the elevated Interstate 81 viaduct in downtown Syracuse, rerouting traffic to new ground level streets. In the Bronx, the city is seeking community feedback on capping the Cross Bronx Expressway, while in Brooklyn, the city is hoping to redesign the crumbling, maligned triple cantilever of the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. Um, like the Cross Bronx and the BQE, the elevated FDR was built by Robert Moses, New York's master builder, whose projects displaced hundreds of thousands of people from their homes and several existing communities. Not to be confused with the Fox 5 reporter on Fox 5. All right. Um, Levine hopes to leverage grant money from the federal infrastructure bill explicitly tailored to communities split by highway development. The Department of Transportation's Reconnecting Communities and Neighborhoods grant makes $1.75 billion available to states and local localities localities to pursue restoring um, communities by split by prior infrastructure projects. Geez, $175 billion. Wow, how about that? That sounds pretty expensive. Yes, the borough president suspects the grant could cover much of the cost of the FDR project, but the deadline to apply for funds is already it is coming up, which happened on September 28th. We need to act now, Levine said at the press conference in Lower Manhattan Wednesday. We want to seize this opportunity to do something big and bold. Um, let's see, big and bold. Um, Levine also said it makes so much sense to pursue the project at the same time as the East Side Coastal Resiliency Project, which aims to protect the east side of Manhattan from more frequent floods brought about by climate change. That project has led to the controversial closure of East River Park so it can be elevated, protecting it from floodwater. A spokesperson for the mayor's office said City Hall is reviewing Levine's proposal, but noted that the lower section of the FDR is owned by the state and would require their sign off to apply for a grant. The governor's office did not return for a request for comment. Boy. Um, okay. So there you have it right there. Let's see what else we have to talk about here. Before I move on to the next. Okay. All right. So, okay. Hold on a second here. All right. So now it's time for a little thing that I like to call. Hang on a second. Hang on 1 second. Um, yes, a little thing that I like to call um chatting all the jazz. All right, so okay, let's get into the first topic here. Let me see. All right. Okay, so unfortunately, we gotta talk about Krayzie Bone, man. We gotta talk about Krayzie Bone. All right. All right. So most recently, this is according to People. The Bone Thugs and Harmony rapper was reportedly hospitalized for a bleeding artery in late September. Wow. Rapper Krayzie Bone is sharing a health update. The Bone Thugs and Harmony star, age 50, who was reportedly hospitalized in late September after coughing up blood and suffering a bleeding artery in his lung, shared a post on Instagram Tuesday where he opened up about his recent health complications. He said, in quote, just fought for life, literally for 9 days straight, Krayzie Bone, born Anthony Henderson, um, wrote in the post's caption. And I only won the battle this time because I know um, Jehovah God was with me every step of the way, fighting for me. Okay, so here we are. Yes, so wow, 9 days, man. Yeah, 9 days, man. That's wow. 9 days is a lot. Wow. Um, yeah, that's crazy, man. Wow. Yeah, that's scary, man. That's very scary right there. Um, the caption which accompanied a photo of the rapper in a hospital gown sitting next to a hospital bed went on to thank supporters for their well wishes. And he said, in quote, never take life for granted, enjoy it while enjoy it while have it. He said, adding, thank you all for your thoughts and prayers. Trust me, I needed every last one of them. All right, so what we have here is okay, so and he also said, um, he said, wait, bless up, brother Krayzie Bones. So glad you made it through the other side, Dawn. Straight, you blessed, but we are too, cause you sh- you share your talent. One person commented on the post, while another said, glad to see you doing better. Bone Thugs and Harmony manager Bobby D did not immediately respond to people's request for comment. Um, on September 25th, D confirmed to Los Angeles Times that Krayzie Bone was in the hospital, while a day prior, All Hip Hop reported that a CAT scan had revealed the musician had a bleeding artery in his lung. The outlet said that the scan came after Krayzie Bone had been coughing up blood. Following an operation, he was then put on a ventilator per All Hip Hop. The induced coma was to aid in the rapper's healing, according to a report from TMZ at the time. The outlet also reported that insiders had revealed Krayzie Bone's blood vessel will need another surgery in order to be reported. The rapper had previously told TMZ in 2016 that he had been diagnosed with sarcoidosis, though it is not known if his September hospitalization was connected to the condition. According to the Mayo Clinic, sarcoidosis is characterized by the growth of inflammatory cells, which are known as granulomas. Though granulomas are commonly found in the lymph nodes and lungs, they can be anywhere in the body. Oh boy. Wow. At the time of Krayzie Bone's hospitalization, fellow Bone Thugs and Harmony member Layzie Bone posted a message on Instagram where he addressed the challenging and unexpected situation. In this challenging moment, as the immediate and Bone Thugs family rallies behind my brother, we humbly ask for a moment of privacy. Our family is facing the unexpected hospitalization of Krayzie Bone with strength, and your prayers are a beacon of hope, he wrote last week. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that Krayzie Bone is actually recovering. And you know, of course, man. Like, of course, I would agree that life is short and stuff, man. I mean, don't take it for granted. And the crazy part is, I didn't even know he had a podcast that was going on. I had no idea he had a podcast. I would have to hold on. I would have to look it up. Hang on a second. I have to look this up a second. Let me look this up. Hang on one second, folks. This is interesting. Okay, wait a second. Wait a minute. Hang on one second. Hang on. Okay, he has a podcast. I believe it's on YouTube. I believe it's on. Hang on a second. I believe he has a podcast called Truth Talks. Truth Talks, I believe. And if you want to check it out, of course, you can actually, let me just pull this up. Yes, so you can go to Krayzie Bones' Truth Talks on YouTube, so you can check out the episodes from there. All right. So there you have it right there. Okay, up next, what we have here is we got another situation we have to talk about here, and this is pertaining to the husband of Nicki Minaj. All right, so let's get into it right here. Okay, so according to OK Player, Nicki Minaj's husband placed into 120 days of house arrest after threatening Offset on Instagram. Of course, the husband's name is Kenneth Petty. The husband of Nicki Minaj has been placed on house arrest for 120 days, stemming from social media clips where he appeared to threatened Offset. Jeez, man. So Jelani Turner Williams, I don't know who that is. So the clownery came back to bite on Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty. Petty, who's been married to Minaj since 2019, has reportedly been placed on house arrest after sending veiled threats to Offset on Instagram. A court order filed on Wednesday, September 20th, in the Central District of California shows that Petty, age 45, was ordered to home monitoring after being recorded on video, making threatening remarks to a specific individual while in the company of someone with a criminal record. Oh boy. How stupid do you have to be, man, to do this shit? Like, really? Really? Okay. All right. Let's continue. Let's see where this leads. All right. So the specific individual is Offset, who Petty targeted in videos posted to Instagram last Saturday, September 16th. Prior to the video, Offset born Kiari Kendrell Cephas and Petty both attended the 2023 MTV Video Music Awards last Tuesday, September 12th, where Minaj and Offset's wife, Cardi B, performed. 2 days later, the men sent back and forth direct messages on Instagram, one where Petty allegedly referenced late Migos member Takeoff. Use that money to get them niggas killed. That get them niggas that killed your partner, my G. That's Gangster Petty wrote. Oh Lord. In the videos, Petty is seen with two other men sending various threats to the fan rapper, including plan that vacation. You're gonna be planning your funeral, pussy. Oh boy. Cephas followed with a clip of him departing a jet plane, implying that Petty and his friends were broke. I'm getting off a jet. He's funny, he said. The rest of the weekend, the 31-year-old rapper was spotted in Colorado meeting University of Colorado Boulder head coach Deion Sanders and streaming with Twitch influencer Kai Cenat. The feud between Cephas and Petty is largely based on Minaj and Cardi B's long-running feud, which began in 2018 after the latter attempted to attack Minaj at the Harper's Bazaar Icons party during New York Fashion Week that September. Neither rapper has discussed the news of Petty's house arrest, with Cardi instead celebrating her 6th anniversary with Cephas. Yeah. I hope I really hope that I really hope that they really need to get their shit together, man. This is some petty ass shit, man. Okay, you're a grown ass man, and y'all over there arguing on some damn bullshit, man. Life's too short for that shit, man. Like, knock it off. Speaking of which, let's move on to the next one, man. Something very, 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 very lighter. All right, something lighter right here, and this is dedicated to National Graham Crackers Day. All right, so of course it happened in it this year of July. So the month of July calls for many celebrations around a fire pit, with one of them being the National Graham Crackers Day on July 5th, which is the day after the 4th of July. The extremely renowned crackers make for great s'mores, pie bases, and crispy crumb coating for your fried food stuff. Graham crackers were originally invented as a healthy alternative to eating other foods that were thought to cause epilepsy, tuberculosis, and a range of other illnesses. The recipe for the crackers included gram flour, brands, and grains. The crackers were on the blander side with the slightest hints of sweetness. Soon people realized that the somewhat bland taste of the graham crackers made for a great addition to pie, cake, and recipes. Um, okay, the history of National Graham Crackers Day celebrates graham crackers, which have interesting origins. The story goes that a reverend from the 19th century called Sylvester Graham, who was part of the temperance movement that wanted to curb the intake of alcohol, invented the crackers as a way of controlling lustful desires. He believed that a simple vegetarian diet and lifestyle was how God intended human beings to live. The people who followed him were called Grahamites, and together these people led one of the first all vegetarian movements in America. According to Graham, such a lifestyle free of sins related to lust and gluttony also kept diseases like tuberculosis, spinal diseases, and insanity at bay. Thus, he created the graham cracker recipe from coarsely ground whole wheat flour, brands, and grains. The the Reverend added only a little sweetness to make it easier to consume, but he kept the flavors mainly bland. As commercialization and industrialization started gaining momentum all over the world, graham crackers started being produced commercially. The commercialized version had different flavorings and ingredients. They were made with refined and bleached flour and had additions like cinnamon, sugar, honey, and chocolate. Eventually, other companies tried to reproduce similar crackers with their own flavor combinations. Because of their versatility, you can use the crackers in a number of recipes, both sweet and savory. And of course, the timeline is from the 19th century, um, 1880s, graham crackers commercialization, 1910s. Hang on a second. The United States starts producing graham crackers on a commercial scale. 1910s, another company produces graham crackers. Another company by the name of Loose Wiles Biscuit Company starts producing and selling graham crackers. 1925, honey grams are produced Graham crackers are produced as honey grams by the National Biscuit Company. Okay. So, National Graham Crackers Day activities go crackers with the crackers. The amount of things you can do with graham crackers is limitless. You can crush them and use them as a coating for things like meat or other fried items. You can also eat them as appetizers or finger food served with with sour cream and vegetables. Um, Try the classic s'mores. The combination of chocolate, marshmallows, and graham crackers is a match made in heaven. Yum. The unique and distinct flavors of each of these items go so well together that just thinking about it makes our mouths water. Make a new graham crackers recipe. Of course, you can put your culinary skills to the test to come up with a new recipe involving graham crackers. If you cannot think of any recipe, you can research one and try it for yourself, modifying it to your taste as you go along. All right, so the first s'mores, the first recorded record of s'mores dates back to 1927, found in a Girl Scouts handbook by the name of Tramping and Trailing. Interesting. The original name s'mores were originally called some mores, and it was years of usage that led to it being shortened to s'mores. Okay. Um summer marshmallow sales for s'mores. According to a study, about 50% of the marshmallow sales during the summertime are intended to be used for s'mores. Hot coals best for cooking s'mores. Marshmallows mounted on a metal rod above a coal fire will cook more evenly as opposed to other methods. Almost a quarter of the population love s'mores. 20% of Americans love s'mores so much that they make them all year round. Why why we love National Graham Crackers Day, you ask? It's a celebration of graham crackers um, that are a childhood favorite. They bring back memories while also becoming important parts of other stages of life. They are a great addition to many recipes, only working to further enhance the flavors and levels of the food. It's a celebration of adaptability. One of the great things about graham crackers is how easily they can adapt to any environment you have them in. You can have them around a campfire or in the comfort of your home. It doesn't matter. The great taste will remain the same no matter how you choose to have it. It's a celebration of recipes. Yes. Graham crackers can be bland, but that is actually one of their greatest features. Their blandness allows them to seamlessly blend in many foods and their different flavors. Okay, so of course, all right, so National Graham Crackers Day dates includes next year, July 5th, which is a Friday, um the 2025 July 5th Saturday. Um this year was a Thursday. Um yes, 2026 July Sunday, July 5th, 2027 July 5th Monday, and 2028 Wednesday, July 5th. So there you have it right there. All right. All right. So let's get into our next topic here. Hang on a second here. Hang on a second here. Don't want to forget anything. Um Yes, so let's get into Lil Wayne. Let's get into Lil Wayne, shall we? Okay. So, according to Hype Beast, um, following a 2-month hiatus, Skip Bayless talk show Undisputed made its return to TV along with a new theme song by Lil Wayne. The sports news show was on pause for the summer when Bayless co-host former NFL player Shannon Sharp left the segment following the 2023 NBA Finals and ultimately started a new gig at ESPN. A new episode finally aired on Monday, featuring Bayless in a debate with Keyshawn Johnson, Michael Irvin, and Richard Sherman, ushering in the fresh era for Undisputed was the Wayne track, dubbed Good Morning. The song was shared on social media with a visual of Wayne rapping, interspersed with ads for Undisputed. I bite my tongue and I don't like the taste. Wayne raps. I won't back down. The lyrics seem to be a nod to Bayless' heated debate style, as he often made it difficult for Sharp to get a word in. Fans online poked fun at the latest episode, where for a change, his co host dominated the conversation. Stream Lil Wayne's Undisputed theme song, Good Morning. And of course, in other music news, Quavo delivered an 11:11 music video. Of course, you can check that out too. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Um, all right. All right. So Netflix. Okay, so according to New York Post, Netflix is planning to raise the price of its ad-free service after the ongoing Hollywood actors strike ends. The Wall Street Journal reported Tuesday. Netflix is discussing raising prices in several markets globally, but will likely begin with the United States and Canada. The WSJ reported, citing people familiar with the matter. It was not immediately clear how much Netflix will raise prices by or when exactly the new prices will take effect, according to the report. Netflix declined to comment on the report. Between talks, the SAG-AFTRA Actors Union and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, which represents the studios, are ongoing, with the next meeting scheduled on Wednesday. Nah, the writers' union struck a tentative deal with the AMPTP last week after 5 months of failed negotiations. Oh, jeez. Netflix cut prices of its subscription plans in some countries in February. Um, in the same month, it laid out a plan to crack down on password um, sharing by subscribers that was rolled out over was rolled out in over 100 countries in May. Jeez, man. Damn, man. I'm gonna save my thoughts on the SAG after shit in another time. I'm not gonna have time to discuss this in this episode. Let's see. Let's see. So, okay, okay, Nelly. Let's go to Nelly. Let's go to Nelly. Hang on 1 second. All right. Okay, Nelly will forever hold the throne for being the biggest rapper to come out of St. Louis. Thanks to him, a slew of talented artists from the city have been able to live out their dreams of making it in the music industry. Insert NandoSTL, who's the newest rising star to come out of the city. In fact, the singer, songwriter, and rapper is actually the first artist to drop a project on the T-Pain's label, Nappy Boy Entertainment. With such a big name backing him, it's only right NandoSTL follows suit in living out the life of a superstar. When it comes to his sound, NandoSTL compares himself to the likes of Smino, Chance the Rapper, CeeLo Green, and the Fugees. And with St. Louis being such a small town, he had to insert it as part of his name. Now, NandoSTL taps fellow St. Louis native Nelly for his new single and visual titled on everything. Read below, yeah, read below the song. Read below the song. How the song came into fruition. Okay, so he talked about this with the people from Source. And they asked him some questions actually. So how did you and Nelly tap in? I originally created this record for a different artist to be featured on. After I completed the record, I sent it to T-Pain and let him know I heard Nelly on it instead. He immediately reached out to Nelly in hopes of securing the feature. While that was being done, I desired to get to know Nelly for myself. I found out he was throwing a party at a hookah lounge in in, in STL for 314 day, a STL holiday held on 314 in honor of the city's area code. He was happy to see me and recognized me as soon as I introduced myself. From there, we developed a real friendship. We went bowling, and I pulled up to his studio a few times. What did it mean to collaborate with him, especially from being from STL? It meant the world to me. It meant the world. Nelly and the St. Lunatics paved the way for STL to make a mainstream mark in hip hop. My grandmother, who is now 81 years old, is not familiar with who the current trending celebrity is, but she definitely knows who Nelly is. If they were to ever cross paths, it would warm her heart to know she'd be able to say, my grandson, and he'd respond, yes, I indeed do. It's a dream come true being able to not just collaborate, but be called nephew by such an iconic figure. What was the creative vision with the video? I wanted it to feel relatable. The song is about feeling like no matter how good you are at something, people will always try to take credit or downplay your accomplishment. So that's what I wanted the video to reflect. How how no matter what, we make it look easy and keep it a positive attitude. Of course, we had to represent for St. Louis to the fullest. This record was definitely a stamp of approval from my hometown. Best memory from shooting. After the video shoot, Nelly, T-Pain, my children, and a few others were there as well. Headed to the bowling alley, I watched my son bowl with T-Pain and Nelly. I thought to myself, he has no idea how far from normal this is. That small moment validated all the work I've put in so far. and gave me the motivation I needed to go 100 times harder. I belong here. We belong here. Wow. Congratu- congratulations to um NandoSTL for making it, man. Like we need I mean that's very inspirational right there, man. To be honest, let me make some noise. I'm going to make some noise for NandoSTL, man. You know what I mean? Let's make some noise. All right. Um, okay, next what we have here is let me see before I forget. Yes. So, so so yes, Ti's legacy as trap music's architect has made him confident in his opinions that he, Jeezy, and Gucci Mane are the greatest to ever do it, adding Future to that list without much deliberation, according to TMZ. The Atlanta born hip hop legend recently shared his thoughts on the All Hip Hop podcast, affirming he felt he, Jeezy, and Gucci were undisputed picks, and Future came through in the later generation to cement his legacy. Ti says he and his cohorts took a poll, and Future's name shot straight to the top of the pile, and praised him for his authenticity and consistency as an artist. Um, to date, Future has released 9 albums and 24 mixtapes. His trap sound is as prolific as it gets. So, T.I. recently celebrated the 20th anniversary of his groundbreaking sophomore album, Trap Music, relaying to TMZ Hip Hop how he got the blessing to use the King of the South title from the likes of Outkast and April and MJG. Now he's sharing the crown 4 ways. Now this is pertaining to this is Trap Mount Rushmore. That's what it is. Yes, so this is for Trap Rushmore. So that's pretty much what this is. All right. So let's get into let's see. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, let's get into another topic: Hat Club and staple streetwear. Let's get into it right here. Um, Here we go. Okay, and this is according to the Source website. Okay, so Hat Club, a renowned purveyor of specialty headwear and accessory merchandise. Wait a minute. Yes. Yeah, Hat Club, a renowned purveyor of specialty headwear and accessory merchandise, has unveiled an exciting and exclusive partnership with the iconic streetwear brand Staple. Um, this groundbreaking collaboration, the first of its kind between the two brands, will introduce limited edition collections that pay homage to Staples' legendary influence on the fashion industry. It will also celebrate the vibrant streetwear community both in New York and nationwide. Underpinned by the motto of a positive social contagion, Staple has always embraced the concept of community and authentic connections. Hat Club shares these values, and this collaboration between the two brands represents a unique and harmon, harmon, hum, harmonious blend of their respective strengths. Jeff Staple, the visionary behind Staple, stated whether it's New York City, the Hat Club, and Staple community, or baseball fans, one of the best parts about this collection is how gracefully it blends design elements from all of these cultures together. We pride ourselves on creating designs that are driven by purpose and make a statement, providing something unique for everyone. Okay, so the collaboration will unfold in three executive drops during October and November, paying tribute to Staple and the streetwear community throughout the fall season, both online and at physical locations. So, drop one, Birds of a Feather Pack. This collection honors Staples' iconic pigeon, a symbol of the enduring energy of New Yorkers. It features designs showcasing notable birds in the sports community. Shit, that's interesting. Including MLB teams such as the Baltimore Orioles, St. Louis Cardinals, and Toronto Blue Jays, as well as MILB's Springfield Cardinals. Additionally, a custom made staple pigeon swinging bird logo is part of the collection, weaving the design elements from Staples' iconic sneaker releases. NoHo, inspired by the bonds formed during Hat Club drop campouts and Jeff Staples sneaker rides. This exclusive line celebrates the community with two New York exclusive styles, representing the Mets and the Yankees. Black Friday, a new logo, the swinging pigeon, will be introduced. Taking inspiration from iconic swinging bird logos in baseball, this fitted hat will be exclusive to staplepigeon.com. Austin Labata, director of marketing at Hat Club, expressed his excitement about this collaboration, stating it's hard to imagine an other brand that has done more for streetwear culture than Staple. So teaming up with Jeff and his team for this drop is truly a moment that will go down in history for Hat Club and the entire Hat Club community. This collaboration puts a unique Hat Club spin on Staples' cherished pigeon by highlighting some of the most beloved birds across baseball and celebrates Jeff's um, contribution to streetwear culture by incorporating design elements from some of his iconic and riot inducing sneaker releases. Our New York exclusive drop is on our way of saying thanks to the buyers, sellers, retailers, designers, and fans of Hat Club with inspired takes on iconic New York team logos. Of course, for more Of course, for further details on this exciting collaboration, you can visit hackclub.com. Um, and there is an app that you can download called the Hack Club app, or you can you can check out the other website, staplepigeon.com. All right. All right. So shout outs to the black owned trendsetters. Yeah, the black owned trendsetters, man. So this segment, black owned trendsetters shout outs is for, hang on a second. Hang on. Yeah, so this is a shout out to um the people from the people from the coding lines. All right. Let's give a shout out to them in our black owned trendsetter shout outs. Hang on. Hang on. All right. Okay. Now that we got that out the way, let's get into. Okay, I didn't get a chance to cover this actually. I did not get a chance to cover what is this? I didn't get a chance to cover this 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 particular story in regards to a supermarket called Wegmans. All right. So this is gonna be the next segment right here. Right here. Um that is going to be our next topic and segment. So let's get into it right here, right now. And a segment that I like to call Munchies and Drinks. All right. Wegmans, the supermarket that recently opened. I didn't get a chance to cover this, so let me just go ahead and go into it right here. So, um, Wegmans, according to the New York Upstate website. Okay, so um, all right, so let's see. So tailgaters, TV crews cheering fans, the unusual buzz on Astor Place in the East Village. Um, the East Village. Hold on a second. What is this? Yes, in the East Village. In the East Village, Wednesday morning was for Wegmans. The Rochester based supermarket chain making its long awaited Manhattan debut. The brand is famous for the particular enthusiasm of its fans, who have been known to show up in their thousands on opening days. Casey Wyland, age 27, one of the dozens waiting in line, was hard to miss in a wingman's cap and sweatshirt. She brought a group of high school friends with her for the occasion, all of whom grew up going to the Wegmans in upstate DeWitt. The culture, the fandom, the community is a gift, said the actor who lives on the Upper West Side. So it's much more than a grocery store. The new site is 87,500 square feet and making it one of the largest grocery stores in the borough. It takes up 2 floors in the historic Wanamaker building, previously home to the Astor Place Kmart before it shuttered in 2021. The location has over 600 new employees. Wegmans has more than 100 stores along the East Coast. Its only other New York City location opened at the Brooklyn Navy Yard in 2019. Jeff Pollitt and Brad Orrego remember the occasion well. The pair showed up to tailgate that day, a tradition they were happy to relive. That time around, it was pouring rain, about 45 degrees out, I think, so it seemed like better weather. And I figured, why not? Said Pollock, age 35, who works in marketing. The Buffalo natives were decked out in full Buffalo Bills gear on Wednesday morning, presiding over a table of fresh breakfast food they prepared with ingredients from the Brooklyn location. The Astor Place store manager Matthew Daler remembered the pair from 4 years ago. You guys were in Brooklyn too, right? He asked them. That's insane. Daler is a 30-year Wegmans veteran and touted the same thing as as many of the fans, namely the friendliness of its staff. That's always been our competitive advantage to our people, he told the Daily News. From a competition standpoint within New York City, there's a lot of really great employers, a lot of great stores, a lot of really exciting things going on, and we're excited to be in that mix with everybody else, kind of with our own spin. In addition to typical produce and supermarket fare, the store has a wide variety of prepared food options, plus stations for made to order seafood, pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. While there is no seating, a dining room is set to open early next year with a focus on sushi. It's a pleasant place to shop, said Michael Zorek, age 63, who lives on the Upper West Side and works in retail. I'll go into some stores in New York. The aisles are this big. Everyone's bumping you with carts and such. Wegmans isn't like that. Minutes after the doors opened to the public, his shopping cart was already brimming. I didn't even know where to begin, he said, so I just began. Well, 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 well. Let's give some congratulations to Wegmans for their grand opening and everything else in between, man. All right. Okay. I think we're going to let's wrap up here right now, man. Let's wrap up here. All right. We're gonna go on to our very next segment. We're gonna go to our next segment, very last segment actually. Um, which is going to be stream choices on the go. Let's get into it right here, right now. Make sure you follow the podcast on not only Facebook, but also on Threads and alongside with Instagram, alongside with my other podcast shows that I do, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the sports platform that I do, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, the review show that I do, and of course this New York Avenue podcast platform right here. Make sure you follow it. It's in the description on YouTube and everywhere else. Yeah. And if you go to the link in bio, you're gonna see a whole list of stream platforms where you can listen to episodes. All right. I'm gonna get into it right here, right now, starting with Odyssey, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snipped, Spotify, Spotify for podcasters, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts where you can listen to for free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio or any of the apps that I just mentioned just now. So make sure you subscribe on iHeartRadio and everywhere else that I just mentioned. Make sure on iHeartRadio you subscribe to you follow three of my podcasts that's also on there, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the Sports Edition show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, review show alongside with Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast. And of course, do the same for YouTube. Make sure you grab the subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555. Click on the Noti bell, which is the notification bell, of course, alongside with alerts as a reminder of when each episode podcast recording is going to be recording on the air via live stream. All right. And of course, alongside with the date, the day, the month, and the time of when the live stream is going to start. All right. So leave a like and a comment along with the episodes. Share the episodes, share the videos. Make sure you listen, stream, and watch these episodes in case you miss any of the episodes whatsoever. Don't worry. And of course, be sure to download the episodes. And you can also add the podcast to your playlist, whether it's on Spotify or any other streaming platforms that I just mentioned, where you get your podcast. All right. And of course, alongside with adding your favorite episodes to your favorite podcast episodes. All right. So there you have it right there. And I will be asking you at home in I will be asking you at home for the 300 episode. I want y'all to actually tell me your favorite topics and your favorite episodes that you like. All right. So that way you'll be able to get an idea on you'll be able to get an idea. You could actually do your part to actually suggest some topic ideas that you want me to talk about. The only thing I'm not doing on here is politics as far as anything goes. I'm not doing politics, so you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so yeah. And of course, tell a friend to another friend. Be sure to be sure to spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And of course, be sure to share the link alongside with the podcast and along with the with the links to every stream platform of the podcast shows and episodes with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, your friends, your girlfriends, your friends, and the people you are cool with from work and everywhere else in between. All right. So, yes, so I didn't get a chance to add in particular about Universal Circus, which is in town on for the week of Halloween. If you haven't had a chance to get your tickets, you can go ahead and get it because tomorrow may be the last day to do it. It started on the 19th, I believe, of this month. Yeah, I think it started on the 19th. And if you want more information, you can go to their website and you can actually follow them. You can follow Universal Circus on Instagram and other social media apps. All right, so you can keep tabs on the events and shows that they have, and also keep a lookout for Brooklyn because they're going to be coming to Brooklyn real soon. And if I hear any information about it, I'll make sure to bring it here on this New York Avenue podcast. All right. So without further ado, that's going to do it for me, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you very much for listening and tuning into episode 299, dedicated to National Graham Crackers Day. And I appreciate every single one of you that's been helping me get to the 300 episode. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you out there, especially the listeners and the people at home, and the inspiration that I get from other podcasters and everywhere else. You could have listened to any podcast in the whole world, but you chose to listen to this New York Avenue podcast platform right here. And it really means a lot to me. And yeah. So remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. It's all about consistency and confidence. And most of all, um, look and find something that clicks to you that makes you happy. That makes you happy in terms of what you love to do, as far as your craft, whatever career field you're going to do. Don't let anybody stop you from accomplishing your goals and dreams. All right. And and most importantly, um, putting in the work and being consistent, being consistent on a weekly basis, and be on your P's and Q's. Um, creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually, that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. And yeah, I appreciate, like I said, I really appreciate y'all for listening to the episodes, including this one. And tell me what you think about the topics in today's episode or any previous episodes whatsoever. All right. I am going to throw in some questions. I am going to throw some questions on certain particular episodes. So I want you at home to keep a lookout for it. And I am going to post that on Threads and alongside with Spotify for podcasters on the Q&A. All right. So you're going to see that in the episode description of Spotify for podcasters, all right, which is connected to Spotify. So there you have it right there, man. Listen, I'm up out of here. Thank you very much for listening to this episode, and stay tuned for episode 300. 300. It means so much to me that y'all are willing to actually, help me get through the days that I've been through. Help me get to the milestone of episode 300, which is a big milestone and a celebration for me as a podcaster, and it really means a lot to me. So with that being said, I really hope y'all had a great weekend, including Halloween. I hope y'all had a great time with your Halloween weekend, and I hope y'all already got your costumes ready for trick or treating and everything else. And I hope y'all have a good time at the Universal Circus Halloween event with your kids, and alongside with the Halloween parade that I just mentioned in last episode. Um, and and yeah, so there you have it, man. There you have it right there, man. And stay tuned for episode 300, man. I got so much to say on here about it, how proud I am as a podcaster host who took the time to not give up on himself and everything else in between. All right. So thank you so much. Peace and one love. Enjoy your Halloween weekend, your trick or treating, Universal Circus, Halloween event, including the shows. And if I hear anything in regards to an event going on as far as a show in Brooklyn for Universal Circus, I will bring it here on this New York Avenue podcast platform. All right. Peace and one love, and take care of yourselves. Be careful, and good night.